Welcome to the course Knowledge Representation and Reasoning. This is Nagasri, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of CSE, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So I'm here today to introduce my course Knowledge Representation and Reasoning. So let us see first what is knowledge, or let us first see what are the course outcomes after the end at the end of the course. So at the end of the course, students should be able to understand the fundamentals and importance of knowledge representation and reasoning to model intelligent behavior in computational systems. We'll also see the topic learning outcomes for today's topic. At the end of the topic, we are going to discuss what knowledge is and the types of the knowledge in artificial intelligence to solve real world problems. Now let us first see what the knowledge is, or what are the topics today we have to discuss. We have to discuss today the key concepts, knowledge, what is knowledge, different kinds of knowledge, and what are the different types of knowledge. So let us see what is knowledge. This is a question that has been discussed by philosophers since ancient times. So, and it is still not clarified. Let us not attempt to define it formally. So first, for the example, we'll say like John knows that. We will fill in the blank with a simple declarative sentence. John knows that Mary will come to the party, and we'll also can fill the blank as John knows that Spain won the Euro. So here, what is knowledge? Because we are talking about knowledge. So what is knowledge here? Knowledge is a relationship between a knower and a preposition. So what is knower in this above sentence, and what is a preposition? Here, John is a knower. In the first sentence, John is a knower, and the preposition is Mary will come to the party is a preposition. But this is a simple declarative sentence. In the second sentence also, here John is a knower. John is a knower, and Mary will come to the party in the first sentence, and John is a knower, and Spain won the Euro is a simple declarative sentence. So that is how we are defining knowledge here. But when we are putting it in a simple sentence, what is the knowledge? We can even say that knowledge is a progression that starts with data, and data has to be collected from somewhere or from some sources, different sources. But by organizing the data only, it becomes information. That is, we have to process the data. And then how do we interpret this data? So how the interpretation is knowledge. And this knowledge becomes then wisdom. So this can be diagrammatically explained, how the data is getting transformed into information, and how the information is again transformed into knowledge, and how knowledge is becoming wisdom at the end. So first the data is collected, it is organized, and it is analyzed. That is, some pre-processing is done to the data to make it information. After the data is converted into information, this is interpreted properly or evaluated, because the validity of the information should be correct so that it becomes the knowledge. Validity of the information is more important in AI. Here we are discussing the knowledge in terms of AI, or in the consideration of AI. And after understanding the knowledge in a proper way and understanding the principles of the knowledge, it becomes wisdom. Actually, knowledge representation and reasoning is a very important aspect in AI. Later, we'll just have a look at different kinds of knowledge. Object, AI needs to know all the facts about the objects in the real world. That is, we can say an example of object is a car. We can say a car has 4 wheels. We can even say a bike has 2 wheels. So now we are talking about a car and a bike. In the same way, the objects can be defined with their attributes or properties. All this will come under the knowledge about the objects. Next, we will talk about the events. Whatever the actions which occur in our world or in the real world, that becomes an events. Whatever is happening, the occurrences. or actions or sequence of actions will become events. Next, we have to know about the performance. Performance describes a behavior. Performance describes a behavior involving knowledge about how to do things. So this becomes a performance, how a procedure or a strategy is performed. Next, we'll see a little more or more kinds of knowledge, that is meta knowledge. Meta knowledge is the knowledge about what we know. It is called meta knowledge, and we can even say the meta knowledge is knowledge about knowledge. Here, meta knowledge notes what is the limitation of its knowledge, and what are the sources of the knowledge, and how it is going to gain more knowledge. And next is facts. Facts are the things in the real world that are known and proven. So those about those facts we are talking about, which are already been talked and which are already been known and which are already been proven. So next is a knowledge base. Knowledge base aim to capture human expert knowledge from different fields, from the medical field or from the law, legal, and from the financial fields. So, knowledge base is captured, extracted from these fields by human experts, and then which will support the decision making and it will help in solving the problems. Now we'll see different types of knowledge. Different types of knowledge includes declarative knowledge, procedural knowledge, semantic knowledge, episodic knowledge, heuristic knowledge, common sense knowledge, and domain specific knowledge. We'll see a brief description about each knowledge. See what a declaration knowledge says. It includes facts and information. It is like it stores the knowledge or it stores the data and it has to recall the data. It represents what is known rather than how to do the things or something. This type of knowledge is often stored in structural formats like ontologies, knowledge graphs. The structural formats include ontologies, knowledge graphs, and databases. So the data can be stored in the proper structural formats using the declarative knowledge. We'll see a few characteristics of declarative knowledge in AI. First thing is fact-based. So it contains information. As I earlier said, it will store the data and then it will recall it. And next is the next characteristic is static. That is the information, whatever it is stored will not change unless and until it is updated. So next one is easily stored. AI stores, as I said, it can be stored in the databases and rule-based systems. Rule-based, the rules are like if then. If the condition, then what is the action? So in this structural format, the data is stored. Next comes the procedural knowledge. Here procedural knowledge is mainly about the executions or a sequence of actions. It is like how to do rather than what. In the declarative knowledge, we get the answers for all the what questions or what happened questions. But in the procedural language, procedural knowledge, we will be seeing how the things are being done. That is, we focus on how the things are being done, focus on the task that must be performed to reach a particular goal. And it is dynamic in nature. That is, more and more information gets added to them and more new experiences added to the database. And it is more about the, as I said, executions, sequence of actions. So all the automation that has been done using the AI systems use this procedural knowledge. Next comes the semantic knowledge. Semantic knowledge is a general knowledge about the world. It is relationship driven, like for example, cats and animals. Here, cat is we'll say cat is an animal. So this is cat is animal. So what is a relationship? It is a relationship between the cat and the animal. In the same way, we can say animal, dog is an animal. So here also the relationship so dog is an animal. We can even say the name of the cat as Jerry is a cat. Here it is Jerry is a relationship of name of the cat. So semantic knowledge more focuses on the meaning of the words or the objects rather than the memorizing the facts. It is all about the meaning of the words, I said, and common facts. But AI consider the context of the words rather than just memorizing it. And it is used in where the semantic knowledge is used more. So it is used in the natural language processing and computer vision, where computer vision is mainly about the images. So it can detect what the object is. Wherever the object is, it has to, for example, like self-driving cars. In the self-driving cars, we use computer vision so that it can detect the object, or it can detect the human beings, or it has to detect any obstacle that while driving the car, and it has to take decision what it has to do in that particular decision, in a particular situation. Next is the episodic knowledge and meta knowledge. Episodic knowledge is nothing but we can even say as memory based knowledge. It like episodic knowledge is mainly focuses about what your past choices are, or what is your past browsing history. It knowledge based on past experiences or memories. For example, I'll say I visited the beach last summer. The application of the episodic knowledge are Alexa and Siri. Alexa and Siri gives you suggestions or recommendations based on your past choices or based on your past history. So episodic knowledge is used in recommendation systems, adaptive learning, and browsing histories. Next is a meta knowledge. Meta knowledge, as I said, it is knowledge about knowledge. So it helps AI which information is useful, because meta knowledge has a knowledge of all other knowledges like declarative knowledge, procedural knowledge, heuristic knowledge, etc. So it is the meta knowledge which has to decide which knowledge it has to use. So it has its own limitations, and it also knows like where the gaps in the knowledge are. It tries to improve itself by identifying the gaps in the knowledge. And as I said, which information is useful. So example is knowing that dictionary is a good source for word meanings, right? Next is a heuristic knowledge. Heuristic knowledge is the expert knowledge or rules of thumb or shortcuts to solve quickly. It is sometimes called shallow knowledge. It is empirical as opposed to deterministic. Example, if a door don't open, then it is suggesting that we have to try opening the door by either pushing the door or pulling the door. Next comes the common sense and domain specific knowledge. Common sense is based on the basic understanding of everyday things that human know naturally. So example, if it's raining, our common sense says that we have to use an umbrella. So if it is raining, you need an umbrella. So this is called common sense knowledge. And next comes the domain specific knowledge. Domain specific knowledge focuses on specialized fields such as medicine, law or legal or engineering. It includes highly detailed and structured information relevant to a particular industry. So it extracts all the information and knowledge about a particular field, as I said, in medicine, and then this is converted or pre-processed or transformed into information, so that this particular data is stored in the form of a database. So this becomes knowledge, that is called domain specific knowledge. So my references for this presentation I have taken from the Knowledge Representation and Reasoning by Ronald J. Brachman, Hector Levesque, Morgan Kaufman Publishers, Elsevier, and the second book is from Knowledge Representation John F. Sova, Thomson Learning. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.